Some travelers crave more than beaches and resorts. They're drawn to ruins, to places where time has stopped. There's a magnetic pull to these forgotten places, a sense that you're stepping into a story that's still being written even as the world moves on. Ruins invite us to slow down, to look closer, to imagine the lives that once filled these empty spaces. The allure isn't just about being edgy, it's about honesty. Ruins don't pretend. They're monuments to ambition, failure, and the relentless march of time. Every crack and broken window tells the truth, about dreams that soared, and about the inevitable decay that follows. There's a rawness here, a vulnerability that polished tourist sites can't offer. Walking through these places, you feel the weight of what's been lost, stories left unfinished, lives interrupted. The silence is heavy, but it's also full of echoes, as if the past is just out of sight, waiting to be rediscovered. Each step is a reminder that history isn't just dates and facts. It's the texture of dust, the chill in the air, the sense of absence. It's not about the guidebook highlights. It's about the whispers in the wind, the clues left behind, a child's shoe, a faded calendar, a silent room. These small details spark our imagination, inviting us to fill in the blanks and wonder about the people who once called this place home. In ruins, you're not just a tourist, you're a detective piecing together the past. Every object, every shadow is a clue. You become part of the story, searching for meaning in what's been left behind and finding beauty in the fragments. There's a beauty in imperfection, in entropy, in the world quietly falling apart. Nature reclaims what was once built, and in that slow takeover, there's a strange sense of hope, life finding a way, even in the ruins. While others chase postcard moments, you seek the forgotten, the places reclaimed by weeds and silence. Here, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the overlooked becomes unforgettable. This is a different kind of travel, a search for the real, the raw, the unvarnished. It's about connecting with the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, and finding meaning in the ruins left behind. And nowhere is this strange, compelling beauty more vivid than on a certain island off the coast of Japan. Here, the past lingers in every shadow, and the silence is almost sacred. Hashima Island isn't in the brochures, but it's unforgettable. Let's go there, and see what stories the ruins are waiting to tell us. 15 kilometers from Nagasaki, a jagged silhouette rises from the sea. Hashima Island, or Gunkanjima, Battleship Island. Once a speck on the horizon, it grows larger and more imposing with every passing minute, its outline sharp against the sky. From afar it looks like a warship, all hard edges and decaying towers. The nickname Battleship Island isn't just poetic, it's a warning, a testament to the island's defiant presence. No cherry blossoms here, just concrete, steel, and the ghosts of industry. The island's surface is a patchwork of gray, a stark contrast to the lush mainland. The ferry ride is a journey back in time. As the city fades, the island's brutal architecture looms. The hum of the engine is replaced by anticipation, and the air thickens with the weight of history. Encased in a seawall, Hashima is a fortress built to defy the ocean. Its concrete ramparts were designed to keep the waves and the world at bay, a man-made citadel rising defiantly from the water. Stepping ashore, you're in another world. Shattered windows, leaning buildings, silence broken only by gulls and the wind. Every footstep echoes, as if the island itself is listening. At its peak, thousands lived stacked in these concrete blocks, a vertical city buzzing with life. Families, miners, and children filled every corridor, their voices once bouncing off these now empty walls. Now the wind rules, howling through empty corridors, rattling doors, and carrying salt deep into the ruins. Nature is reclaiming what industry abandoned, grain by grain, gust by gust. The island feels alive, breathing its last, resisting visitors. Shadows move across crumbling walls, and every creak or whisper of wind feels like a memory trying to surface. You're an intruder in a city of phantoms. Each step is a reminder that this place was never meant to be empty, that every ruin was once a home. Hashima wants to be left alone, to crumble into the sea. The ocean claws at its edges, eager to erase the scars of human ambition. But that's exactly why we're drawn to it. There's a strange beauty in its decay, a fascination with what remains after the people are gone. It's a place that dares you to look, to feel, to remember. The decay is magnetic. Every broken window and rusted door tells a story, inviting you to imagine the lives once lived here. And it's only the beginning. Hashima's secrets are layered, waiting for those who are willing to listen to the silence and see beyond the ruins. Hashima's story isn't ancient, it's a modern boom and bust tale unfolding over just a few generations. Once this tiny island was nothing more than a rocky outcrop in the sea, but it would soon become a symbol of Japan's rapid industrialization. In 1887, Mitsubishi bought the island for its coal, digging deep beneath the sea. The company transformed Hashima into a fortress of industry, with tunnels stretching far below the waves to extract the precious black fuel that powered Japan's factories and cities. To house workers, they built upwards, creating a dense, vertical city. Space was so limited that every available inch was used, and the skyline bristled with concrete apartment blocks stacked side by side. Everything was here: schools, shops, a hospital, even a cinema. Life on Hashima was self-contained, with families living, working, and playing all within the island's concrete walls. For some, it was progress. For others, especially forced laborers during Wantu, it was a nightmare. Many endured harsh conditions, long hours, and little freedom, their stories often lost in the shadows of the island's prosperity. By the 1950s, over 5,000 people lived on this tiny rock, packed tighter than anywhere else on Earth. The population density was among the highest ever recorded, with entire families squeezed into small, shared apartments. Life was extreme, crowded, isolated, and tough. The ocean was both a barrier and a lifeline, cutting residents off from the mainland but also providing a sense of unity and resilience. Residents tried to bring nature in, planting rooftop gardens on imported soil. These small patches of green offered a rare escape from the concrete and a reminder of the world beyond the sea walls. But when oil replaced coal, the island's purpose vanished almost overnight. The once busy mines fell silent, and the machinery that had driven Hashima's growth was left to rust. In 1974, Mitsubishi shut it down. Residents had just weeks to leave, forced to abandon the only home many had ever known. They abandoned homes, belongings, and memories. Toys, clothes, and family photos were left behind, frozen in time. One day, Hashima was alive. The next, it was silent. The bustling streets emptied, and laughter faded into echoes. The city became a ghost overnight. Concrete towers that once teemed with life now stood hollow, battered by wind and salt. Furniture, toys, even TVs were left behind, a time capsule of sudden loss. Every room tells a story of lives interrupted. The island's story is written in what was left behind, a haunting reminder of how quickly a thriving community can vanish, leaving only memories and ruins in its wake. Touring Hashima is like walking through a decaying museum of everyday life. You glimpse rusted TVs, calendars frozen on April 1974, and overturned school desks dusted with decades of silence. The abandoned school is haunting. Chalk marks linger, laughter echoes faintly in the warped gym. The speed of abandonment is palpable. People left expecting to return, leaving behind rotary phones, medical tools, and children's toys. Every object is a story interrupted: a shoe, a tricycle, a mahjong tile. These aren't just relics, they're the last words of vanished lives. Hashima's ruins are more than concrete, they're proof this place was once a home. Standing here, you're a voyeur in a world paused mid-sentence. It's intimate, unsettling, and deeply human. The island is a time capsule of loss. Hashima is full of strange, fascinating details. It had Japan's first large-scale reinforced concrete apartment building, urban living before it was cool. Buildings were linked by covered corridors, shielding residents from typhoons. At its peak, the island's population density was 9 times that of Tokyo. Personal space was a myth. Yet crime was rare. Community was everything. Social status was mapped by your building. Managers got the best, miners the rest. Even soil was imported for rooftop gardens, a desperate attempt at greenery. Residents took pride in their concrete world, calling it the island without greenery. Their riches were under the sea, their lives on the rock. Now, nature is reclaiming it all. A poetic twist. Hashima is a monument to human ambition and nature's patience. The world is full of abandoned places, but Hashima stands apart. Chernobyl is vast and radioactive. Hashima is compact, claustrophobic, and raw. Here, decay is dense and vertical, no escape from the looming concrete. Classic ghost towns like Bodhi are rustic and nostalgic. Hashima is industrial, brutal, and futuristic. Visiting Hashima is like stepping into Blade Runner, not a cowboy movie. It's inconvenient to reach, adding to its mystique. This isn't a casual stop, it's a pilgrimage for the curious. Unlike polished tourist sites, Hashima is gloriously, authentically falling apart. The decay is the attraction. Nothing is sanitized. It's the most honest tourist destination. No fantasy, just reality. Here you confront the truth of impermanence. The island doesn't care if you're impressed. That's what makes it unforgettable. For years, Hashima was a local legend, until Hollywood called. In Skyfall, it became the lair of a Bond villain, its crumbling grandeur perfect for the big screen. The film didn't shoot on the island, but recreated its eerie spirit with sets and digital effects. Suddenly Hashima was famous, a pop culture icon and a must-see for fans. Tourist numbers soared, the island's story gained a new cinematic layer. UNESCO recognized its industrial history, but for many it's the Bond Island now. The real stories, miners, families, forced laborers, are complex and often tragic. But the movie myth is simple and seductive. Visitors come for both, the history and the fiction. Hashima is now a character in its own ghost story. Why visit a collapsing island? Because Hashima is brutally real. In a world of curated experiences, it's raw, unsanitized, and unforgettable. The danger is part of the appeal, a taste of adventure in a safe world. For photographers, it's a post-apocalyptic dream. Rust, shattered glass, and stark geometry everywhere. But beyond the visuals, Hashima is a lesson in humility. It's a concrete memento mori, a reminder that nothing lasts. Mitsubishi built a city to conquer nature. Now, nature is winning. Standing here, you feel small, and that's the point. People come to feel something real, to confront impermanence. It's not relaxing or fun, it's haunting and thought-provoking. You leave with questions, images, and a new respect for silence and time. Hashima is a journey to the end of a world. Our obsession with hidden gems is self-defeating. The moment we find them, we ruin them. Hashima's fame is a double-edged sword. It brings preservation but also crowds and erosion. Maybe the best thing would be to let the island go, to let nature finish the story. Some places aren't meant for us, their power is in their emptiness. Every tourist chips away at the silence, accelerating the decay we came to admire. We want to freeze ruins in time, but that's unnatural. Hashima's story is one of abandonment and collapse. Maybe we should let it end, but we won't. Curiosity wins. We'll keep coming until there's nothing left but rubble and memory. Hashima is a mirror, showing us our own restless, fleeting presence. The real mystery isn't what happened here, but why we can't just let it be.